A huge tax credit for the production of wind energy in the United States is set to expire at the end of the year. That is, unless Congress votes to extend it. Wind advocates say it will deliver a devastating blow to the U.S. economy and the U.S. job market. Yakenda McGahey now joins us live. Hi, Yakenda.
Hi there. California has led the nation in the drive for renewable energy, both solar and wind, as the state moves toward its lofty goal of 33% renewable energy generation by the year 2020. But the question here and across the country is, could the expiration of this tax credit lead to the wipeout of the wind industry? Investors are already pulling away their precious tax dollars, and this situation could be likened to the stock market, where uncertainty leads to mass sell-offs. In this case of the wind industry, uncertainty has led to mass layoffs.
We're producing energy in this country the same way we did it in the 80s. And that would be the 1880s. It's time to move on. It's time to get into cleaner forms of energy.
The clean energy movement propelled a resurgence in the wind energy industry 20 years ago and resulted in a new law giving tax credits to people who switched to clean energy. The resulting federal wind tax credit provided subsidies to wind farms.
The anemometer is just barely turning.
And it's prompted people like Larry Kettering to make the switch from fossil fuel energy to wind energy.
Saves us right around $3,000 a year, but the biggest reason I did it was the 30% federal tax credit.
But the federal wind tax credit, generating around $1 billion in revenue, say experts, is now in jeopardy. The law authorizing that tax credit will expire in December, and proponents say if lawmakers don't extend the credit, so too will the entire wind energy industry.
Opponents charge that this tax credit subtracts from or adds to the national deficit. And our response is that we need the support for wind to continue the job and economic growth that's happening all over the country.
The wind industry experienced enormous growth recently. Earlier this month, U.S. wind companies produced some 50 gigawatts of electricity, the equivalent of powering all the homes in California, nearly 13 million of them. Wind energy companies collectively employ nearly 100,000 U.S. workers, jobs that could be lost.
We've seen layoffs in Arkansas, in Iowa.
And 300 layoffs at LM Wind Power in North Dakota.
And new resources like wind.
While U.S. President Barack Obama supports wind energy, it's evident that the hotly contested U.S. presidential election may push this issue to the back burner. And the Wind Energy Institute fears that will push 37,000 workers onto the unemployment line. The world's largest wind turbine maker, Vesta Wind Systems, says it's been forced to cut 20% of its workforce at one of its 4 companies. And a North Dakota wind power company is projecting a 70% decline next year in the amount of energy produced by wind generating equipment. Phil, back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Yakenda, joining us live from Los Angeles.